So before replacing your battery, the first thing you want to do is cover the solar panel with a piece of cardboard or a towel or something to protect it from sunlight. And the reason for that is the user's instructions for the charge controller specify to connect the battery first and then the solar panel. So if you just connect the battery and just have the solar panel connected in bright sunlight, it could possibly damage your charge controller. Then you'll need a new charge controller and your fence will be down for a couple weeks by the time you get a new one. It's just thinking that you connected the solar panel first and no battery. So cover the solar panel and you'll be okay, and then you can uncover it when you put the new battery in. The other thing when you connect a new battery is tighten down these bolts real nice and tight. See, this one's loose. That's not going to work. You got to tighten it down. And then, of course, check the voltage on your battery. It should be in the usable range between 12.0 and 20.7. It's going to be up in the 13s when this battery is very full because it's a new one, but if it's out in the sun, it's going to be up in the 13, maybe 14s. And you can see the battery is full. The solar panel icon is on there and the arrow's pointing to the battery, showing that it's charging the battery, so everything looks good and our charger should work just fine. And the other thing you can do for your battery to prevent corrosion on these battery terminals, sometimes you get corrosion, sometimes you don't, but if you do get corrosion, get like a little old toothbrush or maybe a Q-tip and spread some dielectric grease and cover a light coating over both these terminals to prevent corrosion. So if your battery looks like this, when it comes time to get a replacement battery, this is what you look for. 12 volts, 35 amp hour, okay? You do not want a starting battery. You want a deep cycle battery on eBay for like a scooter or a wheelchair battery, but not a starting battery for like a riding lawnmower. If your shock box has one of the bigger 5, 8, or 12 joule chargers on it, it's going to have a bigger battery than the 35 amp hour battery. And so I'm going to explain those bigger batteries and the sizes they come in with. First of all, these are deep cycle batteries. They're not starting batteries. They'll say deep cycle marine, deep cycle power, deep cycle power. The difference is a deep cycle battery is made to be discharged with prolonged use, whereas a starting battery is made for a short burst of high energy to start an engine, and then it gets charged back up and it's never made to be charged very deep. So a starting battery is not the correct choice for this. So the smallest size battery in this category is the what we call group size 24. Okay? And then in between these two sizes, there's a group 27 battery, which I don't have right now. And then the biggest battery they make is a group 31 battery. However, this battery from Walmart says 29M. I don't know why it says 29M, because it's the same size as a 31. So what's nice about Walmart batteries is they are sealed batteries with a little hydrometer to check the charge on it. That's this thing right here. But there's no place to add water because they're sealed, which makes them maintenance free. So the best place to buy, like to buy batteries is at Walmart. However, their shelves are always empty and they only get batteries there periodically. So you have to be at the right place at the right time. If you want to buy a sealed battery in another spot, you go to Interstate Batteries in Hilo, but their batteries are more expensive. And if you don't want to pay more expensive for Interstate batteries, which some people don't like Interstate batteries, you can go to one of the auto parts stores like O'Reilly's or AutoZone. However, their batteries, they're good batteries, but they have little caps on the top where you have to take off and add water periodically. So that's a maintenance item. And plus it's kind of a little spill hazard. You don't want to tip your battery over. So this is your choices in batteries. And you would follow the same procedure in changing your battery by covering the solar panel as with the smaller battery. One thing to add when buying a new battery is when you go into the store to get a new battery, take the old one with you, because if you don't, they'll charge you a core charge of $12 to $18. And you can also, if you're unsure of what size you have, you can match the size to the new battery. Okay, and speaking of this big battery, I said is 29 is the same as the 31. It says on there, this is group 31. But why it says 29 on the side, I don't know. That's Walmart.